Hi, I'm Jakira Black and this is my Christmas book haul. I've not done a book haul since around the summer. I have bought so many books since then. Far too many to show you, so I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to show you what I got for Christmas. So first up is a book that was given to me by a friend. It is Spell by Jen Ashworth. This is a literary fiction, I think. I think it's based in 1963 and it's about an 8-year-old girl whose mother is ill and a healer with miraculous powers comes along. This lady is one of the tutors on my creative writing master's course at Lancaster University. So obviously reading a book by someone like that is very beneficial for me learning more skills in writing and editing and whatever. So yeah, I need to read this as soon as possible. Next up is I got two books. I got Hazy Welles, The War of the World, which is obviously a classic, and it was originally done as a broadcast on the radio without telling people that it was actually fiction. People ran out of their homes, I think, and got really scared and panicked. This is very much a classic. Obviously, there's been lots of TV series, well, films and stuff, TV series probably as well, done of it. Let's not talk about the Tom Cruise one. Along with that, I got it's the authorised sequel. It's authorised by the H.G. Wells estate, The Massacre of Mankind by Stephen Baxter, because I like the thought. I wanted to read more about, you know, all the worlds and stuff, because it is a favourite story. Put them there. Next up, me and some friends have been doing like subscription boxes, but creating, you know, sort of putting them together ourselves and sending them to each other. So me and my friend Angela did one just before Christmas. She got a box with books and goodies and bookish things and stuff, and I got one from her. I got that from her. I got a candle from her. I can't remember what else I got. Sorry, Angela. Anyway, I got 3 books from her. I got this, which is The Freedom Writer's Diary. The Freedom Writers with Erin Grunwell. I think this is, I'm not really certain what this is. I think it might be a compilation. It's set out in a diary form, and I don't know if it's going to offer tips about writing or if it's about people writing or what, but yeah, I will get to that. She also gave me this book, which I've actually been wanting to read for some time. Trudy Canavan, The Magicians Apprentice. So yeah, I will be getting around to that. Obviously, it's a fantasy, magic, sort of fantasy world, high fantasy, I would say. So yeah. And then she gave me A Fairy Tale for Christmas, which I think is maybe a story about people putting on a play at Christmas, a fairy tale, Cinderella, I think. So yeah, I'll read that. So next up is a true story, I think, by Adeline Yen Ma, probably pronouncing her name wrong, which is the Chinese Cinderella. A true story about this girl is mistreated by her older siblings and rejected by her stepmother. And it's a true moving story of Adeline's struggle for acceptance and how, with a remarkable spirit, she finally overcome the odds to prove her worth. So I thought that sounded really, really good. I love the story Cinderella, but what's more better than Cinderella is actually when it, you know, someone's overcome the odds, like it says. So yeah. I got here Witchborn by Nicholas Browling. This is a world where I think witchcraft is outlawed. I don't know when it exactly is set. It seems to me, it talks about Bedlam Asylum, so it seems to me that it's maybe, you know, sort of in the last century or so. And it says here, this book is summed up in, well, it says this book in 3 words: darkness, magic, intrigue. So, and that cover is really pretty. It's got a crow on with like sort of brown flowers, looks like dry flowers to me. So next is The Death House by Sarah Pinborough, which I've probably pronounced wrong. She's the author of 13 Minutes. I think this is some sort of, it's a love story, but I think it's some sort of, the Death House is, well, it's what you call the Death House, is, you know, where people go to die. I think there must be some sort of disease, and these 2 people are, you know, these young people fall in love in the Death House. So that sounds like it would be good, but it could be quite, I don't really go for disease sort of sob stories, so yeah. Okay, I got Eleanor Im Park. I actually got it from the Works. It's £2. It was £2. And I think this is like a sort of teenage love story. Yeah, I don't really know anything more about that, but it's Rainbow Royale. So yeah, I've not read anything by Rainbow Royale, but it's £2. I've actually got a couple of books back there that are my daughter's. I do want to read, but I think I might start with that because that sounds like it will be a very light read. Okay, next up is a pack of 4 books by Mallory Blackman, the Noughts and Crosses series. I have read the first book in the series. It's about a world where the continents never separated, and so black people are, you know, white people are the minority and black people are the majority. So it's a world run by black people, and all the problems that, I don't know, come from subjugating anyone really. Yeah, so it was £8 for these from the Works, whereas from Waterstones I would have paid £8 for the first book, so that was well worth it. Another book I've got here is The Library of Fate by Aditya Khorana. That is a really, really pretty book. I think it's set maybe India or that sort of feel. It's a purple book. It's about a princess, and it's about her kingdom being threatened, so she offers herself up to the emperor that's threatening her kingdom to be married to him. And it's about a library of all things, where they possibly might find a way to reverse their fates. So I think from the sound of it, it sounds like a quest story. I think it sounds really, really nice and really cool. Okay, so this was my Fairy Loot box for December, so I've already said about this. This is Everless by Sarah Holland. It's not out yet. Its cover is absolutely gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. And inside it's really pretty as well. It's a red book with gold writing, I think. And it's to do with time, and time's linked to the blood, and the poor don't have much time and the rich have loads of time. So you know, it's like time is the currency. Last up is a book that I got. I'm not very outdoorsy. I would quite like to be more, but I get frightened. But I got this because I thought this would be helpful for writing novels, and I don't know, maybe one day I'll do something. I would really like to do a bush skills thing, making fires and stuff like that. I'd really, really like that. So this is Bear Grylls, How to Stay Alive, the ultimate survival guide for any situation. So I will read this, and then I might use it as I think a sort of a guide to help me with if I'm writing any scenes. But I might get some ideas. I mean, it says here how to drive off-road. Well, that's going to be a bit difficult because I don't drive. I've never learned. How to build a raft. See, that would be really, really useful. That would be really useful if I ever got trapped somewhere as well. How to abseil in a survival situation. No, I don't think I need to abseil out of Primark. I do not intend to be doing any hikes. But the thing is, I thought this would be really, really good to just read through and dip into and think and imagine and, you know, maybe encourage me to do something. So I'm not going to be abseiling. That is for definite. So that's my book haul. These are all books that I got for Christmas. I've actually got some other books coming that should have been here already. I ordered the fantasy and the science fiction leafer boxes, and they've not come. There's obviously a problem with British Royal Mail. I'm not particularly a hard house to find. My house isn't particularly hard to find. It's on a main road, so I don't think that, you know, it's more likely that they've gone missing. But it's weird because it's 2 boxes and neither of them have turned up. So I don't know what's happening there. I know that she's on about sending another set out of each, which seems a shame really, because if the other boxes turn up, then, you know, that's not fair really. But she says she's going to put some extra goodies in, so I will be unboxing them on here. And yeah, okay, bye.